The reason why we had to bring this in by Statutory Assembly at the Senate, there's always there's background check going on, security check, DSS, all manner of checks. In fact, we were told that it was a check and report that made them refine not to. So the question around this particular conversation is, what then are we not? Look, if she didn't even do the youth service,
at least she didn't claim.
But she didn't claim that she did it. But we are talking about. I'm going to go into the details of the story. How does a ministerial nominee scale through to become a minister with this kind of scandal? The National Assembly say, submit your certificate.
Part
of your CV certificate.
They say they won't check them. They say submit it now.
And so what was the essence of the submission?
And that's submit it now.
What are you doing? Submit and they trash all of them.
So because again,
very good.
It's a serious matter actually. Because the Premium Times report is saying that look, and even in the initial correspondence with the school, there had been initial denial from the office of the registrar.
Initial denial or official denial?
Official UNN. Before we know they issue this kind of certificates, even the NYC has said that look, you know what?
The name is not on the list.
This certificate. So quality of people who get onto positions, who are appointed, and what exactly are we doing if we can be having this kind of issues? We remember the Toronto, all of these other, but not at and you have this. So we'll talk about it again because it's just important that we look at some of these issues, and we'll see what we can bring out or came onto the show. Who is fond of issuing some very... It depends on the way you see those statements or the way you understand those statements. But again, he's telling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you think it's over? I'm still going to join the APC before 2027. So who are these governors? And how true is that statement from the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio?
He said he had one governor or senator waiting in his car.
In his car, yes.
The day he was meeting with the president in Abuja. He said he's just waiting. Up to now, that man has not come out of the car.
He's still waiting.
Looking at the southwest, you have Ademola Adeleke, you have Seyi Makinde too. In the south, you have the one of Bayelsa Adoyediri, Fubara. Can we count Fubara?
For now, he has not said
it could be internal opposition.
I'm coming, but he said opposition.
Yes,
not just party. Opposition governor. Who are in the opposition? Do you have a PDP governor apart from North Central? Yes, okay, we have that of Plateau State, and that's all. If you go to the northwest, you have Zamfara. That's all.
Plateau is going to move.
And ask why. Who are the likely suspects that Akpabio is talking about? And why would they be moving? And is there a possibility that in 2027, all the governors will all be members of the APC? Is that a possibility? I've seen pundits who have said that, look, we might be moving towards that direction before 2027. Remember that we have 2 off-cycle elections coming up before 2027. Yes. Not be having the out-cycle elections before 2027. Would they just eventually just defect? Why are these guys defecting? Who are the governors that will likely defect? Another conversation that we'll be having on the roundtable this evening. And then finally, we'll talk about insecurity. Sokoto residents, I'm sure Joseph arms to defend ourselves. It's time for self-defense. We cannot just stay back and allow our children, our wives, to be murdered the way it's going. And this statement is coming as banditry bites very, very hard in parts of Kwara, Niger State, Zamfara State, Borno State. Not from Kwara Central, Kwara South, Kwara North.
They are under siege.
Barrister Curtis.
And where is the governor?
We will talk about it too. So how bad is the situation? How bad? And we're saying that, look, we seem to be mixing everything up. Now we have banditry mixed up with insurgency, mixed up with all manner of crimes in the country, and it has gotten to the point where we need to wake up. Barrister Curtis, it's nice to have you live in the studio, and I hope...
Yeah, say yesterday I spent quality time on your place. Okay, Oganurudin place, Adeodu.
Adeodu.
Okay. Ade will see how serious security going on.
No.
Is serving your motherland and fatherland, but be
careful.
You have family and all those kind of, because sometimes someone die in Nigeria, they say was that 1 minute silent, never read 20 seconds.
I remember
they don't stop
the investigative report of Officer Osoyombo On names, he talked about people.
No,
and
even the one that he passed, he didn't pass through Idiroko Road.
okay,
He passed through my two.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if he passed through Idiroko Road,
but most of the reports were from around the Laro axis.
no, they allow.
What he did, Fisayo Soyombo,
Oh, no.
the FIJ guy,
What are you saying?
who had to go there, these guys, risk his life. And when he came out with his report, the customs, the authorities, they went after him.
The buying and selling. The buying
The
and
issue
selling.
there is for me.
That's streaming the show live on Facebook. We are also on YouTube. You can also listen to us via the Radio Garden app. Just go to your iOS Play Store from the studio. You can also go to our website, www.mainlandfm.com, to listen to us live here from the studio. It's interactive. We're going to open the phone lines to also take your... as it stands, we'll first go to the first issue, and that is the 2027 presidential race. If a younger aspirant defeats him to clinch the Hausa service on Wednesday, where he also noted that he would support and mentor such a candidate. Atiku, however, said he could not confirm whether if there were suspicions that he could abandon the ADC later should he lose the primaries. Atiku dismissed, gesturing with his hand that he was a man of his words. And then on his exit from the PDP party, Atiku alleged that the ruling APC had infiltrated the PDP with moles. Now, Atiku has said that, but to be the obedience, not the official statement from Obi himself, but supporters of former Labour Party presidential candidate for any aspirant unless he's defeated. And they are saying that, look, when it comes to these primaries that comes with dollars, Obi is not going to go into the fight. He's not going to go into that kind of battle. He's a decent man, and he's not going to... has also gone to his official X handle, and that was on Thursday when he said that, look, it will be... He wrote on his X handle, His Excellency the Waziri reportedly said he will step aside if a younger candidate wins the primaries. The key word here is primaries. It's easier for a camel to pass through the needle, to pass through the hole of a needle, a special breed of people. It's a Curtis Adiba. I think we can all come to the conclusion that Atiku will be running. We always ask the question, can we have a situation where he's going to step down, just become, more like a backbone or support whoever is younger, or probably or beat me fair and square. I will support whoever emerges. And the obedience are reacting. Maybe they know that nobody can beat Atiku, just like Cᴏᴜ has said. Looking at Atiku, Obi, what the obedience are saying, what do you make of this?
So, good evening to the listeners. I think we must understand that politics is not a human beings, and how they respond to stimulus is as a function of what they understand, or what touches them. They are not supporters that are based within a political party structure. In fact, most of them are free riders. Those,
Okay,
but you see, this is not in the United States, where party primaries are based on caucuses or open elections, where a day before the contest, you can even register to cast a vote in the primaries.
Vote on the other side.
Just like we have states in America where candidates for elections are not chosen on the basis of a political party, but that they were peer, irrespective of. That was why in California, in 2016, the two candidates that contested against themselves for the... So the obedient must understand that the contest is going to be with within the structure. That structure. They cannot change the trajectory.
Want me know?
As to how much
was that?
How much money they are going to get from the candidates.
But that's what the obedience are saying. I will not do that.
So, and this is what I'm saying. Look, you don't make public Louis Abinada. This guy waited one election as the president, won another election where his party has absolute. Rather, he diluted the power of his presidency.
When he has consolidated,
when he
was fully in charge, okay?
You can't bring about change
without
unless
taking control.
You go through the system or looking at. It's an utopian change. We have participated in that. I mean, I participated in the last APC nominating
primaries
of the, and we saw what happened.
Son is right to say, these are different breed of.
Who is going to give us money? I recall, and I've said this, I've told this story before. In 2019, I think that was the time Wike took the PDP convention to Port Harcourt in the hope that Aminu Tambuwa will be the candidate of the party. Because Atiku just finished everybody that night.
So the dollar thing is real.
I said after the last APC convention, on our way back to Lagos at the airport, you saw delegates with small. Everybody was in order to change.
There was an influx.
So
artificial liquidity.
So look, in as much as you know, you see, there's something you don't have to be giving money to choose the candidate.
We're talking about the ideal now, the ideal situation. Yes.
But the real situation,
the reality on ground.
There is three. I wanted to go to the House of Reps.
So you went back to
I went back to my community and I was speaking and I told them all the money you have collected over the years, what has it done for you? Your children don't have schools, you have no hospital. But then there is a caveat, but it doesn't give money.
Okay,
you send the carpenter, you send the lawyer. They say the feedback I got is that look what he told us, but he will not give us something. You see what I'm saying? So as good or as great as Obi is to the obedient, and as the pioneer or cashless policy or politics,
they give shishi
and all of that, the reality is a mile apart, and they still have to collect money. So they have to come up with a strategy how they will overcome that. Now, if they are not able to overcome that, and that is why I understand what Cᴜʟᴜ is saying.
Yes,
they cannot beat the Waziri of Adamawa
with this mindset.
No, to me, because don't forget that Atiku
Sonny.
No, the spokesperson of Buhari,
Garba
Shehu was Atiku's spokesperson.
Yes.
Atiku's spokesperson that he gave to Buhari, and are into their bags of political wisdom and
political wisdom now
and strategy. Okay, because here, like I say to people, primaries actually is key because it gives you the platform to be a candidate.
And you are talking about the way we play our politics.
Yes, but so even if the ADC delegates decided to be immune to cash,
decided to be
obedient, and like I said, not all obedients are immune to cash.
In reality.
So I think there's a need to re-strategize.
But obviously, not you promoting transactional politics, cash for cash.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying, Barrister?
I'm speaking to the reality.
Okay.
That even those who will go to Abuja as delegates of the party, I told you the story of how some of the delegates we thought we are secured. We went back the next day and we couldn't find them.
You secured them, you didn't find them. Maybe you didn't secure them. But
even the hotels.
Yes.
That were
for the delegates.
For the delegates, they disappeared from those hotels and went to new hotels.
Somebody changed the hotels. So it's
to the convention ground for you to be sure. Because even at the convention ground, we're trying to raid.
Well, I'm coming to you, Nuri, but maybe the obedience are talking about dollars. Maybe if it is naira for naira.
No, fine. Can't we convert naira to dollars?
So you know wisdom.
Yes.
Look
what kind of message? You know, there's a book that I got recently that talked about how emotion. I've studied just about 3 or 4 of the adverts.
We call it advertising appeal.
Yes, and some of them are steeped
appeal.
You
have the emotional appeal.
Now,
you have so many kinds of appeals in advertising.
Exactly. Yes. Now, one of those adverts is Revelation, where he painted are being built.
So that's new reality of America.
So it's morning again in America.
Morning again, yes.
Now compare that to the dicey, where a young child was walking in the field. There's a countdown, a voice, where you heard about a countdown, and all of a sudden there was an explosion.
That's a fair appeal.
And the bear represents Russia, because that's the image.
So Russia was on this side.
Yes. So, I mean, just like Bernie Sanders, can also have an advert that scares people, like the time of President Bush and John Kerry, where the intention was to prove that John Kerry was actually Bush, the man who went to war in Iraq and is able to do all of that and all that to take out Osama bin Laden and all. So look, here is the point. The obedient must come by a formula. Expected to ask for money. The delegates will transport themselves to Abuja, put themselves in hotels,
Feed themselves.
But unfortunately, we have the real situation. And that real situation means whether you like it or not, you have got to spend some money. Okay? If you don't spend that money in the course of the primaries and you even win, you are going to spend
when
some
it comes
money.
to real non-Yoruba audience who may not understand this particular statement I want to make, but you help me break it down. And that's the way I'm interpreting the obedience are pushing forward. About, we're not going to go there, and begin to talk about we're going to spend money, blah, blah, blah. One of things, cost comes into it, and then the real politics is held. But, there's this popular statement, Kotorami. Now, what I'm saying is this, like Barrister has also said, we want to change things, and whether we like it or not, the obedience are not a voting bloc that can deliver the presidency to Peter Obi by themselves.
Yes.
And in reality, the real situation we have on ground, talk less of even winning the presidency, people will say that, look, he has never been found to have So what do you think about that mindset from the obedience, and do you think that Mr. Peter Obi should begin to see?
He has to put on the obedience. They are part of the system. They understand this obedience. If they have anything to do in the police station, accident victims to the hospital, they have to put money on ground before they can be treated. They know that
they know our reality.
They know our reality, and they should work according to that particular reality. And another thing again is this: they should erase this particular thing. And Peter Obi also needs to erase it. He will go for primaries. He's going to
political party.
Look, they used to say that laughter is the same thing anywhere in the world. Lift, he will still show something.
Something must have show.
APC, PDP, ADC, or any major political party. I'm not talking about the party that they. I'm
this
not,
level.
So just to tell you that whether if Peter Obi wants to run on, I'm not talking about the party he wants to create by himself and be on that hand.
But I think in
the
list
window
of political parties,
there is no way he's not going to be involved in
so
party primaries.
He should be
ready to spend because that is our reality. Look, I can tell you. Do you know the reason why a particular House of Rep member told us that he spent over 2 billion naira? And you remember that we were down to 2 billion naira.
He said on the court case
he
spent over 500 million.
And he broke the way poverty has been. Yes, because of primary has been weaponized in Nigeria.
Poverty.
Everybody that wants to be involved in that party primaries, in any party primaries,
how delegates emerge within a party structure, so that people understand why Cᴏᴜᴅᴜ say that these delegates are okay.
They go feel it. See, you first of all start with the local government delegates
at that level.
this local government.
So for you to force emerge,
yes,
you must start from your local government.
Yes.
So the local government delegates will now choose you.
The local government will then choose state delegates.
State delegates. So one Odu.
Yes, and the state delegates will now choose the national delegates. Allotted specific numbers of delegates.
Delegates, yes.
You know, depending on the metrics used by a political party. Like in the APC one, to win the larger percentage of these delegates. But what you have found within the political party structure is that governors bring their state delegates.
They are in charge.
Yes, who have now become national delegates to Abuja.
So it's the calling of the governor.
The governor of Ogun State. We sang, we danced. I have.
Why working for who?
Leave that one. Okay. I have the video here. We were promised, and the next day for defense, Matawalle was angry that we went to talk to delegates from Zamfara without talking to him. Because they keep them in hotels, and then they keep an aide of the governor who can be an essay to the governor to be there. They can even connive and say to the delegates, whoever brings you money, the governors are the ones who will collect money from the candidate. In fact, when you go to some of them, they say, that vehicle.
So that's the SPV.
So I'm sure that these people who are talking about the delegates,
they have not really attended the real party.
They don't even know what it looks like.
What they go into the system.
Until you go into that system, study it,
adapt it,
and then bring the change you want,
and then bring
from within.
When you
but one thing, even the change that is going to come in the issue of these delegates, no be today. It's just that now they are also transactional. So it now move to the level of delegates. Anybody, do you know how some certain people bribe? Yes, now
they will now get to Abuja.
They will now get to Abuja.
No shishi.
You will now say no shishi. Another thing again is this: tell me one particular delegate that will go to Abuja. Because number one, you will not see, because they have booked everything.
Or can you know what happened in Port Harcourt? That
and it's the governor of the state.
The moment they decided that convention was going to hold
Port Harcourt, they don't book audio.
People went to work
straight
everywhere.
They don't want to listen to anything at all. The issue there is this: for you to actually do well in any place, you must understand the
looking at
discussing at this situation. We are not in a this situation now. We're talking of the delegate. You must be able to see
based
how
on what is on ground.
Based on how we can make some. Do you know? Okay, as we are talking now, Obi is like partyless. They don't just say they didn't know. They are just waiting. Okay, they say maybe after now follow the ADC, because he's looking at the dynamics in those. Oh, I need to be moving so that I will not. I'm not still doing again. Is one of the things that they equally do, which they were insulting every one of us, is. After the 2023 election, I was thinking the
Labour Party never belongs to them.
But you are an obedient make the success of Labour Party.
The people in the Labour Party have become very hostile.
No, because B is equal to B and obedience is going about it. For Nigerian election that I understand and I know is apart from the agency for political party. Because you
that's another.
Yes. So these are. There are a lot of check one visit to those place. They say the man don't travel to abroad. Because you need to understand the Nigeria political dynamics before you can even be able to even go. Because before you know what's happening between now and 2020.
That thing that if the obedience are talking about ideal situation, I want to.
It comes from them.
Yes.
From the individuals, party members.
So I want to see all obedience contribute money for Obi to run. Obi doesn't have to bring his money.
I think the last election they did that.
Not all of them. But at least they are doing. But
this situation, and sometimes the real situation can become a bridge to the preferred situation. Now they have to understand. You understand? Look, I've said this to people that it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. He took another man's wife. The child he had from that woman first died.
Yeah.
But that child, the second child she gave, even in our modern times, some in process that has to do with human conduct, if there's going to be real fundamental change, to gain the capacity.
Tear down that barricade, get in and then change what you want to change.
Just imagine today, that if we have a president today, the bigness of their pockets must be held in an election. That becomes a new culture. But you have a president who believes that whatever money cannot solve, more money will solve.
He even said it in the last election. Said, "Look, you have to." Yes,
you recall
that part of that conversation.
You recall that in the last APC
primaries
convention that gave birth to the primaries, we had operatives of EFCC everywhere.
Looking for what?
And they could not catch one person.
They were looking for those who were. But the same people went to Osun and they were arresting people with 2,000 naira
on the street.
So. And what happens on election? The obedient must not build a straitjacket politics for Obi. Obi has got to be versatile,
dynamic.
He has got to be dynamic. He has got
flexible.
To be flexible. The supporters of a candidate can become more important and more vocal than the candidate himself, such that the candidate will be. Obi needs to build believers,
not just
and not supporters. And we believe that whatever decision he makes will be in our best interest. We may not clearly understand all the angles of this.
But if he says, "I want to do this,"
yes,
because you believe in it,
yes, those are believers. Supporters are.
So we have a lot of believers.
Arsenal, they have started another one, the IGG.
So, there's one man in my state, in my local government.
Yes.
When nobody knows when we just start 1999, when they come say, what would they give to you? He doesn't have for money. He say, I have some boy. investment.
So are you saying the
He was,
investment
hold on now.
has put in INEC?
Wait now. He was recruiting people. Now he now reach when those investment mature. Oga Fuad, if he did not support you, it's possible you submit a form. That
So
form
what
no.
investment are you saying?
No, what I'm saying, job in INEC.
Giving them job in
Job in INEC. As I'm talking to you, how many obedient understand the dynamics that work in INEC?
And it's true.
They will not see it.
why-
You
why
don't
did you
understand
think-
politics.
That he has invested. How the fact,
I want to move away from that investment.
how
of
the fact
conversation.
that brought Aregbesola to be governor of. Do you know how it come into being?
I will
So
not
let
talk
them.
about-
They are in Nigeria. They are not in Australia or Singapore
have
or
to
South
play
Africa.
the way they
This
are
is
playing it, and
Nigeria.
then they get-
That through the window and turn to.
you want
to-
Scandal blame? Okay. All right, see, political round. Also a politician, a former governor, two-term governor who has also gone through a lot of battle in the process. I think should understand how these things are played. And if I'm going to go by what Barrister Curtis again, we have a destination.
Yeah,
that will eventually.
If you don't hear, if you don't know what the governor brings,
Just sign
approve
it. They don't buy them. This democracy, I'm telling you. And that is our reality. Whether we
That's
like
our
it
reality
or
now.
not. Okay, see issue. Barrister Curtis will deal with this in just 15 minutes. Okay. It is just what it is, really. Well, fresh controversy. An investigation revealed that the Minister of Science is the outcome of a 2-year investigation by Premium Times, which found that both Nnaji's university certificate and his National Youth Service Corps paper, which stated that while Nnaji was admitted in 1981, there is no record that he completed his studies or graduated in July 19. So Simon Otuanya, UNN, disowned the certificate being currently paraded by the minister. From every available records and information from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, this is quoting Minister of Science and Technology, graduated from the University of Nigeria in July 1985, and there are no records of his complete. Not have issued the purported certificate or at all in July 1985 to Mr. Geoffrey Nnaji, the current Minister of Science and Technology. This conclusion is also in consonance with an earlier letter was quoted. So that we don't waste too much time, Barrister Curtis Adigba.
Fruits don't fall far from their trees.
What do you mean by that?
That the secretary to the federal government said that this current government has decided they are going to do certificate audit
of all.
all civil servants.
Civil servants.
And I said,
but not political appointees.
No, and I said they should start from the national forge documents to get to the National Assembly to occupy positions in this country. Is not new. However, what is important is that ego triple.
F9
parallel. For a minister,
you need tripping. No, you
no
don't need.
F9 parallel is okay.
If the
can become a minister.
If the president of Nigeria needs only school start,
the minister.
Then what's the minister?
And the same way, you also don't need to forge the NYSC. Violates the Constitution of Nigeria that says you cannot be discriminated against. Okay? Because if the president of Nigeria, a senator and governor are only required to present school cert to
F9,
get there, and they are not required to do youth service because we committed a crime and therefore must do youth service.
Must do youth service when the others are not even required to even
to be his minister and he must have. Why? So I have always advocated that whether you have school cert, whether you have OND, whether you have not the situation that we have now, and that was why the Kemi Adeosun's case.
Yes,
the judge said, look, even though she wasn't a Nigerian at the time she graduated,
yes,
and by the time she came to Nigeria, already crossed 30, and she no longer that if you don't have youth service any document, if you attended primary school and came out with first living school certificate,
yes,
and he can write his name and speak English, looking for a problem. Afikuyemi was saying
University of Chicago State University. Yeah.
Yes. At the end of the day,
when I think it was Okiwere that was asking,
did you finish?
He says in court. The case is in court.
Based on our constitution.
But the issue of due diligence, Barrister list, you also hear that there's a lot of background check going on. There's a lot of scrutiny. Within that entire chain of scrutiny.
Have you seen Christmas light?
Yes.
Christmas light may be scattered everywhere. But that's the way corruption works. The people there.
And bribe themselves out.
Yes. To the point, to the extent that
those things they found will never be made public.
Because the scrutiny that caught El-Rufai and made him unqualified to become minister.
Political scrutiny. Let me tell you something.
So we even politicize scrutiny. How to unite people.
Let me tell you, the DSS has got enough resources
to know these things.
That anybody who is going to be appointed minister, from the moment he or she is announced, whether they finish from those schools or not.
But what does it take? Even organizations do it.
Today,
you
can this one you don't even need to verify. No, this one is
email. You see
what Oloere has done now. Upon their whatever that we said is not regular. What they do is that when you are coming as an aspirant, come with WAEC research card. There's a point for it too. But at least let us be sure that
at least you have that certificate.
You have if you have WAEC. And one thing there is this issue of Inanji, I'm telling you, it is a bad stain to this government. It's a bad stain to Nigeria because at times
we're still waiting for the official position of.
As he made a forceful denial.
Well, in the past there have been denial because this is not a.
Because when the registrar of a school, vice chancellor of a school,
so but we are waiting to see because this.
Yes, from his position until everything is clear. But I can tell you that even the president knows consideration. You see, the thing is that if you have to sit with, just like we have said before here, that sometimes you find a very handsome man all the time,
and the affection creeps in,
and before you know, they forget about how they look and start thinking about what they have done and their character. So you see, Mr. Naji, who knows that he carries this moral liability, he comes to the chamber every time when he sees people to see. The things they do.
Eye service is part of service.
It's part of service.
And the way you can do it also matters. Yes.
Was he buried
during the week?
During the week. And Governor Tɪɪrᴜɪbrᴜ of Bayelsa and one other governor. But the governor of Edo State.
No, he's a public servant. He's working for the federal government, not for the state.
He need to be in with the president. So, my governor need to be. Leave that one already.
They say your governor is
when you listen, don't worry. You know, Oga Fuad, I think on a serious note, some of these guys they know because that's the reason they can use them. Imagine that kind of person that the president is in the house. He no sing on your mandate you shall stand. Then see, Oga Fuad, if you have a company, because security agent should be like the job of HRO, whereby HRO is supposed to do.
Breaking news: the man has confessed that the UNN did not issue him the certificate.
He has not confessed.
Yes.
Okay, maybe he attend church. Maybe for that reason. Yeah.
Well, that's forgery.
Apart from resigning, it's a criminal matter.
He revealed that he forged the credentials.
We screening.
No, Oga Fuad. By now,
what were we screening? Before I even talk about.
No, we didn't screen anything.
No, tomorrow they should be looking for another job.
Can slip through. Because I know that the screening first, sir, at the point of nomination by the president.
Yes.
There must have been some level of screening.
Yes.
Then from
Senate that has some level of rigid impute.
Yeah.
Let me explain what I mean. First and foremost, like the way it's done in the United States, even before you pounce is that you get your team, a locally assembled team within the presidency to go after that man. Does he have of the potential? You see how the interview 1 month will be scrutinized. You saw what happened with Brett Kavanaugh when he was going to be Supreme Court Justice in America. That an attempt, and investigate. Now, the problem with our process on nominations that people have made to him, so he sees it as a payback for political favor that they have done him, and not only him, all presidents before him.
Even the secretary to the government.
Yes. Then
the chief was those offices are they not
because that is the head of the secretariat of the president.
But look, these are people that are not even scrutinized about ministers, and all those that the constitution requires.
Say they must go to the Senate.
So the Senate committee is the one that we have found in Nigeria. If you ever.
And even when they are questioning, we've also seen a pattern, barrister, where people from your constituency now start off like a joke.
Because what happens is that once you are nominated for any position, you go to your senator or your House of Rep from your area.
And also do some politics.
And that's why you have problem if they don't support you. Leadership of the Senate.
So even before you appear.
Before appearing, yes, now.
And so they soften the ground. Hard questions are not asked. And if the president of the Senate, of course, buys into your candidature, And because
even sometimes out of the 3 senators, if there's any senator, any of those things I want to raise up, say, "Oga, keep quiet. We are ready. We are through with this.
Don't waste our time here."
Because the security agents or agencies know that there is no seriousness, no rigorness in this process, and they also be approached by some of these candidates. You are the only one now standing on my way.
But Otis, do you know what is paining me most?
You want to tell us the truth?
No.
Yes, now.
You must be speaking to PSA's office.
Yes, now.
There are checks to check whether there was any.
The issue is, I will still come back to that thing that I told you about that man in my place. Oga, there are some people, there are some politicians.
No, but who should, so that we know where the blame goes first. Let's not say we even excuse the president and the secretariat, the presidential secretariat,
Senate committee,
missing on this.
Senate
committee,
and the security.
That's why they have to submit. Now they have to.
What's the big deal?
Christmas tree. You plug it, it shows light everywhere.
And again, Oga Fuad, and again, some of these politicians that know that they have political ambition tomorrow, they will have candidates.
So that is giving too much information.
Yes,
that is the reason genuine people will not get some job.
Just the same way we are infiltrated judiciary.
Yes. Some people will not get some job. I love security agency. I make an attempt. They ask me, say, who do you know? So even apart from when you now enter, for you to have promotion in all the, whether it is, forget about whether in SSI, whether police, places that
critical places.
Each one their names so that I won't put them into problem. One, as I speak now, one is CSP, one is still inspector.
Maybe the right exam. Maybe
which exam? Look, let me tell you one thing. The reason, that's why the investment that Joseph was talking about. See, that's why you see that there are some certain people, they will cross-legged like this. All the information they need from different agencies because of their investment. They get it. Somebody that want to be a minister, and he has done investment in those people that are going to investigate him. Do you think they are going to give a report that will be negative?
See, let me help you on one. There was a case that we were doing. We met the officer, that guy they are talking about. He has been the one that paid two of my children's school fees. Our house rent is the one that
understand is that there is this imaginary scale that every Nigerian public official has got to put issues before the deal. Thinking about the system. I'll give you an example. There was a church. The government came out and said, we did not give any approval. The owners of the church claimed that collapses.
The state
government would
and the man is the owner of the place is prosecuted.
Yes.
And so the attempt to do that ran into a storm.
Serious one.
And I was privy to listen to some of the conversations among them. Very prominent members say, what's your own especially? Your brother or your sister died there. How can you cry more than the bereaved? That's the attitude. These checks and balances in place
and make them work
for us now and for the future generation is to verify. But now I have found that this person is not qualified. But what do I lose if I push him or her forward?
This is what they are asking for.
This is what we have seen.
let me conclude on this note. As we are sitting down here today, if the security agents in this country decide today that they are, so that's the truth of the matter.
So you are saying they could not have
passed the screening.
And El-Rufai
that we know interceded as a PhD holder.
No, he don't pass the clearing of governor before.
That he was a governor before.
There's anyone in security.
That is what we are telling. Look,
what happened to El-Rufai
is
that in the certificate where they're supposed to put T
that we are putting forward is this: that there are some certain Nigerians. So far, you are the rich. You are the children of the rich, or you belong to a particular.
Sorry to cut in short. Why should anybody be discouraged from presenting this kind of document?
At school again to study
and graduated.
So a particular kid now to refuse to.
That was why when that lady accusing this lady carrying forged documents.
They don't forge shaggy.
They carry forged documents.
But the system create that for us. Forward. I know a friend who looking for funding. Which are they looking for in that? It will submit that.
Joseph, not because again, when we look at like we said, the constitution just have school start. It solves the problem.
Then why did you have to keep editing to yourself?
But the ego now, don't you know I'm a PhD holder?
And the man is Minister of Science, Technology,
Innovation,
and Innovation.
That position fit him or he need him. Is that not innovation?
That's bad innovation.
No. I know a former speaker. I won't mention his name. A former deputy speaker.
State. In a state.
No, he not a state. In Nigeria here, in House of Rep, that told me, as you are seeing me like this, what I have is A level. And that A level is what I've been presenting,
and there's no issue.
So consider, and there is no issue. Even at he said he has been House of
the Senate, the House of Reps, and even civil servants.
Then go fill it. I tell you,
they will see only the one they want to see. No, they will see.
No, if they do a proper one.
If they do a proper one, Shebi, if they want whatever they want to put out.
Is what they
are going to
put
out.
Let's say they even do it proper.
Yes, if they want to verify certificate, they will not mention. Say mainland Nigeria, what they will not do. They will say they want to do it for the sake. Yes.
Okay.
At the end of the day,
we have two issues that we're going to bring together. Barrister Curtis Ariba, we governors are still going to join the APC. You know, we thought we've seen the end really when, you know, we had Delta State, we had Akwa Ibom State. Yes, there were reports that Adeleke of Osun wanted to join the APC. I think in November this year, and he has said, "Look, I'll remain in Abuja, but I'll be supporting President." In reality, the APC is more than just the dominant party. They hold Fubara, Rivers State. That's one major candidate who is committed to the PDP.
No, that one is going nowhere.
He's going nowhere most likely. But again, there are two governors I have my eyes on in the north in recent time. But Barrister, number one, do you think that more governors are going to move before 2027?
Well, I wish
okay.
Because
so Akpabio is not whining the president.
No, the ones that have look, Akpabio might be adopting all as well, and Akpabio also might be using the tactics to speak to the governors who are not willing to discuss, but they don't know who is going to do what until they tell themselves. So, in case we are becoming too comfortable, that could unsettle
the others
because they don't want to be in super minority. This is not about majority now, super minority. So I think that may be one tactic, even when they gain nothing from the center. Because now, look, can anybody tell me what Delta has gained since joining the center?
It's by Johnny.
I just did.
So, but these are carefully calibrated excuses to after they leave. Now they want and not recognize. But beyond all that, I think somehow there was
at least for now.
Yes,
not completely.
No, the party,
the division is
the structure of the party
is running.
They have only one person. They have only one secretary now.
For now,
they have one national chairman now.
And now
so it's not a divided party
level. Because the PDP sees, I mean, Akwa Ibom is a traditional PDP state. Yes. And like I told someone today, he should have asked Akpabio before leaving. Because Akpabio...
No, they said Akpabio encouraged him.
But yes, but I'm saying Akpabio as two-term governor. He should have asked Akpabio about the real situation in the state.
When he defected.
I think for me, Akpabio is a very smart... reason is this. You know, after it have done the state burial for the late president, he made a mistake. And I think some guys assured them that...
he knows what he's saying.
That one though are still supporting their president too. Secondly, he's just trying to say, presidents, I am with you, because you know sometimes by the time things will be going on, you know that you and continue.
Don't you think an experienced politician like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows and sees psychophancy when it comes?
Tinubu's vision. I'm telling you, it takes someone to detach emotionally
from the level of psychophancy we have around.
From the voltage of psychophancy
that comes in.
Yes. You see every governor that wants to speak in Nigeria now, even is the governor that has awarded the contract.
Even when they do a public toilet, they say it's renewed hope toilet.
Yes, they don't hope that.
Everything must go.
Arrows in Benue.
He
said it was
inspired.
It was inspired by the renewed hope.
So they need those things for them to have solid backing from the presidency. Don't think he can withstand a governor?
He couldn't win a governor. Of course.
No, a governor.
Wike was governor. And Mechi couldn't upend Wike's regime.
There was a different president.
Because President Buhari believes in a system and he stuck to it.
He doesn't really...
I remember when Ayofayoshi to have him impeached. And one of the things they said to President Muhammadu Buhari is that Ayofayoshi is everywhere
insulting you is on the map. In fact, he said he should be using Pampa, that and that. President Buhari told them, yes, he insulted me, but that
they're from the state.
And then we'll give us another commissioner that will support us. And the group moved the members of the House of Assembly from Ekiti to somewhere, first of all, in Ondo. What I'm saying is that, and we said this so many times in the studio here, that the president put his hand on the scale in favor of his appointee, the minister.
So like people who think Wike is a superhuman being.
The re-election of Wike, Amechi had anointed a candidate on the ticket of ADC in Rivers State.
Yes,
that they had Wike by the jugular on the neck like that. If the president wanted
Wike out,
that was an opportunity to kick him out.
Leader, it was not even local government.
Look, the president at that time.
No, he has a political president.
No, I'm not even talking about now.
Okay, then
was that
somebody could be a former military officer. Does not mean he cannot be a Democrat. And for some people that have called President Muhammadu Buhari a lot of names because he was for a local government election, there must be political. State government election, they put politics in everything.
The word democracy starts with demo. Demonstration. It's not just a word.
Please, it's politics. Okay. Let's take the last issue. We'll do that in 5 minutes so that we have state. I've appealed to the federal government to permit them to bear arms for self-defense. Suppress briefing in Sokoto. Community leaders in this particular local government, led by a particular Alhaji Adamu Kebe, described a deteriorating security situation that has caused death and widespread destruction of proper fishing. Again, in Kwara State, is in trouble as we speak. The deaths are governments are under siege. Kwara North, Kwara South, as we speak. Although the defense headquarters is saying that they are doing a whole lot. In fact, according to them, of others during operations carried out nationwide. So the DHQ is saying that, look, because if you look at the figures, it means there's a lot of problem. The fact that this number
450
because if the DHQ is saying that, look, they've rescued about 180 Nigerians of the problem, but in Sokoto State, these residents are saying now it's time to defend themselves. This issue of insecurity, Barrister Curtis Adiba, how do we get out of it? It's becoming a national emergency.
So I think what we have now is an industrial scale insecurity. And look, I must say here that I'm grateful to members of the armed forces.
Armed forces, the sacrifice.
There is something that is happening that we still do not know. Because you see, security is not actually recovering. That you wait until people are carried, kidnapped, and killed, and then you go and recover.
It's about stopping.
That's actually what is secured. Security is about preventing.
More than
prevent. You know, for instance, why do we hijack me? Okay, but if my confidence is that if I'm hijacked,
you're rescued,
I may be rescued.
You not go out. That's
the issue,
and that's what we have now.
And when you talk, there are people who believe that we all they replace.
Why they promise that they will do better?
Why they promise that they will do better? Okay, for now, in some parts of the north, I think it's in Borno State that an emir said he had lost his palace.
Yeah. I think
the government gives us a pass mark.
They
said they have done so well on security.
But the results are here.
And they have been discordant so long as we appropriate huge budget for it. For some people in the armed forces today, they prefer that the insecurity
should not go because the thing is
the country. Selectively, states were targeted and dealt with. Kaduna, Zamfara, Niger,
Sokoto,
and at the time Niger, Kaduna were in the eye of the barrel. Nothing was happening in Sokoto.
Now it has.
And then they moved to Zamfara.
And at time Sokoto was so safe.
Yes, so safe.
But now West,
though classified as a northern state, is in the south. And guess what? The governor of Kwara State is a permanent member of the presidential
permanent resident in Abuja,
where his people are being slaughtered at home. In fact, lion in the forest scares other animals.
The father is there.
The father is there,
even when he's wounded
and weakened. The presence of the governor on ground, who pretends to be the chief security officer, because they can travel anytime they want to travel. They are not afraid
because they are well secured.
They are well secured,
overprotected.
But what about the people? And that leads me to the request by the people in is to ensure that the state
alone can protect them
and provide that security for
them. But if the state is unable to do that, which of course is, in fact, is the number one job description
for any government.
Yes.
The protection of lives and property. Now, if you cannot do it,
you know that the people of
Okeode
in Kwara State are alleging that when they were attacked and their vigilantes were killed in their numbers, that some security officials.
I spent almost 8 days in Benue State. It has happened in Benue State. I was
you
in
disarm the people.
If it is possible, let the government allow government security agent will come. This even common knife. He say the knife that you use to cut yam in the kitchen. They will collect it. Then after some days, some of these guys will come. So the issue there is this.
Like lame dog.
So this I pity the whole community, and because I was there, I spent more than at least 4 hours.
You bring rice.
Station more than 15 times.
In the police station.
There is one
generator.
Where are they seeing the generation? There is no generator in that very place. And I said, almost all the police have a power bank. And that's okay. What if the power in the power bank
goes off,
exhausted, to not be deceiving Nigeria? Let Nigeria protect themselves. Like where I come from Aᴜᴜᴜ, when growing up, I don't know any young man that cannot, even though you call in a chaka by my father farm to go and steal, you will use your brain, say, I think go that place.
If he gets
when there's balance of power.
Yeah, because almost everybody is an hunter.
If the people that were coming knew that there was a balance of power, they knew that as they are bringing AK-47, the people in that community.
How many governors in Nigeria today will be confident that as citizens of Nigeria, their security men should drop their guns? The president that when he's even visiting his friends, not in enemy territory,
just a very even in Lagos here. You see
the number of security.
They will be on ground. They will be on ground before he even landed.
No, when he came, there was something he went to do. Okay, yes. The only what's triggered in me
strategic places.
Strategic places, and like you said, Lagos is not an enemy territory in reality.
No.
But look at southward.
But look at the love that for the people.
I had a conversation with, and it's failed. We've made our profit, whether the economy is empty or not.
But we shouldn't do that with security.
No, we in Nigeria.
That's the way it is.
We the people are the economy.
You know what?
But they always say we are the real people.
Do you know what
only during the election
government fellow do? There is no time. It's so sad.
Don't go there.
The only community that was attacked, they've been attacking them, be killing them. And one thing there is this
of our
classes is so sad.
Is it that the man is so is there a disconnect?
No, what it means that he's a governor, is a visiting governor
in his state.
He's a visiting governor in his state.
Might not really know.
He spent much time in Abuja than spending in his own state. Another thing again is that I think federal government should take this thing serious. It's like federal.
You know that governor,
yes,
objectified the fact that those who believe that people who have made money in their businesses can actually go to government and serve better.
Yes.
Just like Bello objectified the
fact
that.
But they get in and they
only know that the security agency have been distracted too. Because the reason is, if you look at, let's come to police now. Because for example, if you are so busy, you want to make this president proud,
and you see somebody to court, you will not serve him.
After in court, so we'll not go too deep. But this idea of us getting too busy with it was called this, because I've seen, not that they even call
the president
moron into his face. Shame.
They slapped Emmanuel.
Who were calling him shame, calling him name.
It's not the police. The SSS and the police will not stay on their own and say, so we'll call the president.
No, don't you think it might be, the president will be asking
who has said worse things about others in this country?
They carry the coffin of Jonathan. They called him incompetent.
They called him moron. Do you know that today this president Jonathan that suicide against Christians
was being permitted
under Jonathan? He was clueless.
But then it was just political.
So let me tell you something. Call me any name. And the president has said to himself before.
Yes,
he said they call me all sorts of names. That's part of democracy. But when it comes to taking action to stop the rot, it becomes ambivalent. And that's where you know that this is a political game. He goes to Brazil and says, I have ended corruption in Nigeria. That statement must be interrogated and challenged.
And that's what Sowore said. But I tell you, in this country, who does not even know what democracy is all about?
Yes.
Democracy is not a quiet sport. Do you understand? To make
Sir,
money.
it's not a
president.
Bro, this 6000410
The president should go to court and challenge Sowore.
Well, the DSS is already in court on his behalf.
In what way are they affected personally?
091 and see how to deal with those.
Indigenes of River State
yes.
have no right to challenge the suspension of their governor. The governor, the vote.
Well, no, just give that one. There will be a day we will talk. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. This is Pᴏʟɪᴛɪᴄ from the Saga. She knew one thing, that there is no way they will not expand the goalpost during the penalty shootout.
Mm.
No, so there is no way they will expand the goalpost during the penalty shootout. But when you are dealing with smart people, you need to be extra smart. Let them go and learn.
We greet you to Gege Joshua.
This we need like 4 hours for this program. Every 9%. The remaining 1%, the reason why I would not agree when it comes to some of the general analysis you do on appointment and what happened before appointment.
Hello, Gege Joshua.
After even appointment, is the fact that we don't mainland FM should do more.
Okay. I hear you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening,
Good evening.
I want to say about this obedient movement.
You are obedient yourself now. You've told me severally.
100% is more understand. Obedient was not organized, but we able to make obedient more than 6 million plus. Now, as we are talking today, obedient is every local government in Nigeria.
Let me ask you, Lucky.
Okay, thank you. If you look at that power, that's what we are working on. That's what we are working on now. Because all of us are like by the grace of God, and may likely be a candidate.
Okay, but that means you didn't hear us well. You are not the only ones that you are not going to be the only delegates now.
Yes, I'm telling you now. No, but because I'm going to be one of the delegates.
But you are not going to be the obedience are not going to be the sole delegates. Now there will be other people who are not obedient delegates.
So we are going to be candidates. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Mr. Fawaz.
Yes.
I beat Barrisan and don't. Yes, it's the best man on the line.
Okay.
Don't more than not drink Panadol for obedience. Obedience, they are the people that love this country, so they stand by a good right path. So obedience, they are giriba. They don't collect money. They don't give money. They are doing the right thing.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening. Hello.
I'm calling from Ifakonjayi.
Okay, Don, please go on, sir.
Yeah, you caught the child. If the criminal act, why don't you say the truth? No, for the issue, you have to hit the nail on the head and say, you did not provide the truth and you are saying the other way. Is that a criminal act?
Yeah, my name is Peter Usifo. Okay. I'm calling from Pᴏʟɪᴛɪᴄᴅ.
Please go on, sir.
I just want to ask a very simple question. I don't know if I tell by article. Will people be between 2023 and 2022 in a PDP? We went to Labour Party. In this case, will you be able to go to another party? Will the electoral reform or the law affect it? That is one. If it is not possible, that primary, people will remain
politics. Why would you say
any primary? So they want him to come in so that he may eventually become the vice president.
Use the word. Vice wants to answer your question, Peter Osifo.
To answer your question, and Obi can prove that the other party he is going to has given him a waiver to become a member. Yeah. That waiver allows him to
so he can.
That's all.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Everybody. Muhammad Abbas from Ikeda.
Yes, Muhammad Abbas, please go on.
Yeah, there is a Sunday I see now. Okay, actually, yes, sir. There is another I see. So, actually, I don't know politics is okay to discuss politics also, but what's important is the security issue. I am from Niger State.
From Niger State. Okay.
I have a family. I'm almost from almost all in northern Nigeria. I have family in Niger. I have family in Kwara. I have family in. I made a mistake. Inshallah, we'll correct that mistake. Contact someone. It is quite embarrassing. Especially our governor, the Kwara State governor. I don't know why he is always in Abuja. I heard in BBC House yesterday. He was talking in BBC House. He is speaking in House. He said that and now the journalist is asking him, why are you in Abuja all the time? He said, no, I'm not in Abuja, I'm here in Kwara. He's lying. It's quite fortunate.
One or two messages we have on Facebook and then call it a day. I'm hoping the marital matters or guys around so that we listen to what he.
If it's not around, it's still 5 minutes.
We have Bashiru Wale who is saying poor. Okay, all right. Okay, I think at the beginning there was a little issue with our sound on Facebook. I think that has been corrected. We have Jami Olalekon Yusuf saying it's sad that our insecurity situation, UNAID world leaders should assist. UN should not be today. He wants Atiku to support a younger candidate.
Adeku is young.
Young at heart.
Obi 64 years.
Okay, we have Princess Afolabi saying good evening and happy Sunday to you. All very sound and clear. Now I have Chijoke Azu saying Buhari, former Speaker of the House, Adeosun, former Finance Minister, now Naji, are getting away with this false certificate issue because the system is failed and biased. Okay. We have John Bernardo. He's saying, welcome back, Ganda. So I'm not surprised. Okay. We have Ogungwe Samson Akoni saying Nigerian politics cash based through weaponization will be able to slug it out with Baba Atiku as the former VP has more financial strength. Tondaka Samuel Ojaoba. Thank you for the message. Remy Texani, we also appreciate your message. You want to Austin or not to yet Michael. What do we have for this evening, Adisa?
Well, okay. The wrong misfortune of cruel infidelity.
The wrong misfortune
of cruel infidelity.
Of cruel infidelity. Why must you add cruel to infidelity?
So there's some infidelity.
Infidelity is infidelity, sir.
No, Mr. Fawad, there are some that should be recorded cheating with across the house.
You know, pay schools give her to woman.
No, he said, and when the wife go,
all right, let the marital matters people sort out this issue of cruel infidelity. I do infidelity. Thank you, Nodin Adegbero. Thank you, Joseph Follow. We'll call it a day. Thank you. We'll do this again next.